well. Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're going to be able to pop on this morning. I just got a message that said an error occurred while retrieving new Facebook comments. I have no idea what that means. So if somebody is out there, could you please pop on and say hi? You never know what with this technology, what's going on. Anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock. Friday, March 22nd, the third week in March. And I've got a tickle in my throat. Let me see if I can reselect here. Let's see. Select. Oh, it looks like it's connected, but I can't tell. Oh, yes, yay! I'm so glad it is connected. Good morning, Jan. Thank you for popping on. Phew, I was getting a little bit nervous because I got this silly little error. I have no idea what it means. But anyway, it is connected and you're able to pop on. Great. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Okay, we'll see if more of my friends come on. Okay, so let's get started right away. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to do two cards today. I'm going to do this one. This is Planted Paradise, and this is Blueberry Bunches. And I think probably let's start with you know what, let's start with the Planted Paradise, because this has less stuff that I have to bring in. All right, so this, look at how cute this cut is. First, hey, Barbara Keene, thank you for popping on. That's so nice to have you with us this morning. Thank you. Okay, so this one is a stamp set that I absolutely love. Now, I'm going to be honest. At first, I said, oh, there's so many pieces in this. However, if you go to Pinterest, you're going to see gazillion really cute projects that are done with this. And I sort of copied this from one that my friend Doreen DeCebus did. Doreen's a demonstrator in New Hampshire, and she makes beautiful cards. This isn't exactly what she did, but it's very similar. So I took some of the color concepts and some of the template layouts and kind of copied it. So anyway, let me show you how easy this is to make. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the Pecan Pie cardstock, and this is the base. And you know the whole routine here. We take it, fold it. Hey, Barbara Stratton. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you're watching both? Oh, great. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Jan. I didn't realize you could do that simultaneously. But thank you for letting me know. That's great. Okay, so here is my base of Pecan Pie already folded. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of the basic white, and I'm going to take another piece of the Pecan Pie, and I ran this through on the horizontal Timeless One embossing folder. I really like it. It's very subtle. It's kind of ephemeral. It's kind of old-fashioned, but I like it. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take my little pad here, and I'm going to take some adhesive, and I'm going to secure this piece on as my first layer. Actually, it's my second layer, because the white layer is the layer as well. All right, so this is going to go on east, south, north, northwest, nice and even. And as an aside, it's getting very exciting because our new catalog is coming out very, very soon. I'll be having information about that. There's lots of different changes that have taken place, and so I'm going to be able to show you some really fun things. And if you are a customer of mine, or if you're not a customer but you want to be, or you want a catalog, just let me know and I'll get one to you. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this layer. And I have to be really careful. I want to make sure that I get the words straight, even though it's very, very subtle. I don't know if you can see any of those words, but I wanted to make sure that I get it the right way. All right, so this is going to go on east, south, north, northwest, like this. Then the next thing I did was I took some basic white cardstock, and I already went ahead and I already stamped these leaves, these succulents. And this kind of reminds me of Tucson, Arizona, where my son lives, our son lives. And it's just, I love the terracotta pots. I love how beautiful they are. Anyway, I stamped them in the Pecan Pie, and then I fussy cut them. There are no dies for this. But fussy cutting is fun. It reminisces me of childhood and kindergarten with my very favorite Mrs. McGovern. You've heard her name many, many times. So anyway, a little bit of adhesive on this, and I'm going to put this pot on the lower left-hand side. And I'm putting this on just with regular adhesive, with snail adhesive. Now I'm going to put this pot on with the dimensional. And what did I do with my dimensionals? I had them out here a minute ago. Here they are. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on with one dimensional. I'll show you just why in a moment, because I'm going to put it on just like this, just right close. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, Barbara McDuffie, good morning, good morning. Thank you for popping on this morning. My friends from all over the country are popping in. All right, so I'm going to put a dimensional right there, because what I want to do is I want to tuck these. These are like, could be Sansevierias, but I'm just going to tuck it in like that so it looks like it's popped up. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these. Now, I don't know what these are. If my granddaughter were down here, she could tell me, because she's a plant buff. She knows all about plants, but she's not. She's having her breakfast. All right, so, and you know what we're going to do? It's so exciting because she's a student at Mount Holyoke College, and she's here on spring break. And after we do my Facebook Live, we're going to go to the Cape Cod Lavender Farm in Harwich. Isn't that going to be fun? I haven't been there, and I'm very excited because she loves lavender and so do I. So we're going to go together. So anyway, she would know what these flowers are, what these plants are. All right, so I'm going to tuck this one down just a little bit lower like that. And then I'm going to take these 3 leaves. Actually, these look like the snake plant too, like a Sansevieria. They might be that. Who knows? They could be something else. I don't know. So I'm going to pop this in down. I'm going to have this one come up a little bit. I'm going to have the next one come down a little bit like this. And then this one is going to come in like this. Just like this. I'm going to tuck it in like that. There we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these cute little, I absolutely love these butterflies. Look at these little butterflies. These are nice and flat. And they come in medium size and a small size, a larger size rather. And I'm going to take one of these with my pick-me-up tool. And I'm going to place this like right here. Love it. Easy, easy, easy. All right, so that's that. Then I am going to take this, and this is my double oval punch that I used to get the soft image and then the scalloped image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamp set that says, what does it say? This one says just a note, because I make a lot of note cards. And I'm going to take my pecan pie ink. And I'm going to stamp this like this. Easy. Look at that. Isn't that a pretty color? I love it. And then with a little adhesive, I'm going to attach this to my oval. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on this like this. Talk about easy. These would just be so pretty, again, to give as a box set. And you know what I'm going to do? I've got a couple of people that I'm going to give these to. I'm going to make a couple of these, but I'm going to pop in a, you know what I should do? Wait a minute. I think what we should do is we should just take this and put a little bit of the pecan pie around the edge. See, I'm just brushing it very gently on the ink pad itself like that, just to make this have a little contrast on top of the pecan pie. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so let me move that over. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to put a seed packet in this. Isn't that going to be kind of cute to give to somebody? All right, and then I'm going to bring in these ovals. These are the opaque ovals, and I'm going to take the pecan pie oval. I'm going to take the larger one, and I'm going to put it right on the bottom, right here, like this. Isn't that cute? Oh, gosh, I love to play with stuff like this. Okay, so there's the front. And, oh, you know what? Let's get some Winky. Let's do some Winky. Why not? Let's add some Winky to the leaves, because actually Sansevierias are very shiny plants. Not all leaves are, but this one is. So let's color this to make it look real. Actually, let's do them all. Yeah, this will be a nice little contrast. I'm not going to do the terracotta pots because, as we know, terracotta pots are matte in color. So I'm going to yield with tradition and just keep it that way. But here we go. This looks good like this. Oh, this Winky is losing some of its wink. It's losing some of its wink. Yeah, this one's almost dead. Let's get another one here. Good thing I have another one. Oh yeah, much better. There we go. I do like my Wink of Stella. And I like my glitter. You all know that. You're so sick of me saying that, I'm sure. Okay, there we go. So there's the front of the card. All right, now for the inside, very simple. I'm going to take a piece of basic white cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and I am going to stamp the little pot, the smaller pot in the lower right-hand corner like this. And then I'm going to take some garden green, and I'm going to use these smaller images. I really don't know what these are. I mean, they actually could be. Oops, wait a minute. I need to use, what am I doing without my Pierce pad? Silly me. I like to make sure that this gives us a nice crisp image. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the envelope. Because you can't have a naked envelope. Well, you could. You absolutely could. If you like naked envelopes, you go right ahead and have a naked envelope. I tend to like them decorated. All right, so there we go. So let me put this back. Let me move this out of the way because you know how I am with the messy inks. Gosh. Okay, now I'm going to take this and we're going to adhere it to the inside of the card. Very simply, like such. And here is my card. And here is the inside. Oh, I say I got ink on my finger. So, what a novel idea. There we go, like this. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And there you have it. There is number 1. Talk about easy and fast. There we go. All right, so that's that one. We're going to do those Monday and Tuesday of next week. Now, the other one that we're going to do, I'm going to show you, is my blueberry bunches. Now, I absolutely love this stamp set. Let me show you the stamp set. Let me clap that up. Here is the blueberry bunches. Now, not everybody likes fruits and flowers, but I do. I like them both, and I love, 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 love this set. So we made this card. I made this card like that. Now, I'm going to show you 3 different ways on how to color this because you know me, I love coloring of all different kinds. So I'm first going to show you this one. This one is using my blender, my aqua painters, and our ink. All right, so what you do is you just take your ink pad and open it up, and most of the time you'll have a little bit of ink in the well. If you don't have any there, you'll probably always have some around the pad like this. So you're going to take your aqua painter, which has water in it, in the chamber, a little bit, and just get a little bit of the color on your aqua painter like that. And then come in and start coloring. All right, see, I already started this. Oop, that's a little bit too much water. So let me just get that off. But see, I'm just going to color it a little bit like this. And this needs a little bit more. I've used a couple of different colors here because blueberries can be a combination of blues and purples and lavenders. You know how that they look on the bush. So there's this color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Highland Heather, which is the lighter color. Oh, let me just tell you too, I never put my aqua painter in here on actual ink pad because I don't want to have extra water in here. I don't mind it here in the well, but I don't want to put it on the ink pad because it can dilute the ink. So I don't want to do that. So this is where I get my ink from. All right, so now I'm going to take the Highland Heather and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to get a little bit of the Highland Heather from there. And I'm just going to start to color it. See how that looks? So this is a more subtle effect. And sometimes I like this. It depends on what I want to do. But this is very easy to do like that. Now these definitely will have to have some Wink of Stella. These do have to dry though. You have to let this dry. But here is one image. So I'm going to get some from right here. There we go. And see, it just blends it right in. This is a very subtle way of adding color to your image like that. Isn't that pretty? like that. And as you can see, I started using the greens as well. Let me just show you that real quickly. I used a combination of Granny Apple Green. I like the use of the aqua paint. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, it's wicked fun. It's just wicked fun. So I did the same thing. Now this one, this color here is Meadow, Mossy Meadow right here. So as you can see, I did the veins of the leaves, and then I just a little bit on the inside. Well, this is the Granny Apple Green. So I'm just going to take Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to fill this in. And I don't care that I go over it, because you know how leaves are in nature. They're not exactly the same color. They do have variations. That's Mother Nature for us. But see how pretty that looks? Like that. And just add a little bit more here. And you don't want to get it too watery. You don't, because then it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. So you want to be really careful. And you notice on this, I don't mind if I go back and forth. I don't go back and forth on my blender pens or my watercolor markers, because it can pill the paper. So I have to be careful with those. This, because it's a nice little feather brush. Are you, yes, yeah, hi Lori. Yes, I am using regular paper. But that, I'm so glad you asked that question, Lori, because you could also do you could use the watercolor paper that we have. You absolutely can. But this is just our regular basic white. You can use both. I'm going to show you the other one. I'm going to show you when I get to that. Hold on. So I'm just going to add a little bit more color like this. See how pretty that looks? Now, I know the whole thing isn't done. I would do the stem. I probably would do the stem in maybe soft suede or early espresso, but look at how pretty that looks. And I would add, as I said, once this dries, then I would put Wink of Stella on top. So that's one way you can do it, with your ink pads and with your aqua painters. Now another way that you can do it is with your watercolor pencils and a blender pen. So I'm going to take, this is Balmy Blue, and I'm just going to scribble. See, I'm just going to scribble a little scribble here and a little scribble there of the blue, like this with my pencils. I love the fact that we have options for our coloring. You know, it's just so much fun. Now I'm going to take this color, which is Coastal Cabana. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to add some color to this. You know, just hither and yon. Coastal Cabana. Like this. And then I'm going to add, this one is, oh, this is another Coastal Cabana. Silly me. Well, that's okay. There we go, like this. I think this one needs a little bit more blue here. Because remember, they're all different colors. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, see, it doesn't matter how it looks. Now I'm going to take my blender pen, which is, this is Miracle too. This is wicked fun. So I'm just going to take this and look at how that blends in. See how nice that blends in? Now on this, I would only go in one direction, because there is a chemical in here. I think it might be, I want to say silicone. It's not silicone. What's that other liquid chemical? Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, it's the stuff that you use when you cook. Oh gosh, it'll come to me. Hold on, it'll come to me. But anyway, see how nicely this pulls the colors together, and it kind of gives you a new color, which is kind of fun. So this is another way you can do the coloring, which I like. And once again, this has to dry. Once it is dry, I would put Wink of Stella on. All right, so there, see how it just blends it all together? Isn't that fun? Oh, coloring, I love to color. And I could have done this a different color if I wanted, but I didn't. Now, one thing is, though, you can't, well, I have found that you can't add more color on top of it after you've got your color on that set. If I wasn't happy with the amount of color with my watercolor pencils, I would add more color to it. So that's how, I would add it before I use my blender pen. So here is, I'm going to do a darker image right here. And I'm just going to lighten it up on the sides like this. But there, I'm going to add a little bit more here. They've gone dry. You know what, Jan? I think there is a refill. If you Google refilling blender pens, I think you can do that without having to purchase another one. I'm not sure. because I think there is a formula that you can use to take this nib out with tweezers. You can pull it out and then you can add the fluid into the chamber and you've got a brand new blender pen. Okay, so there's that. Isn't that pretty? I'm not going to finish the whole thing because I just wanted to show you the technique of that. So that's with watercolor pencils and your blender pens. So there's that. And once that dries, again, I will color, I'm going to finish coloring that, and then I will Wink of Stella it. Okay, now the last one that I'm going to show you is with the aqua painters. Okay, not the aqua painters, the Blendabilities, which I absolutely love. All right, so I've got all of these. Again, lots of colors to choose from. I don't know, I have the white one there. But anyway, I'm going to take, this is Tahitian Tide. Now, again, when I'm using this, and one little thing about this, because this has alcohol, the Stampin' Blends have an alcohol base to them. There's a chemistry involving alcohol. What's shaking, bacon, Priscilla, world traveler, United States traveler? Welcome back to the East Coast. Priscilla just had a magnificent trip from Massachusetts to the West Coast, all the way to California. Amazing. Good for her. All right, so anyway, I'm going to take a bunch of colors here, but as I said, as I was saying, when I use my Blendabilities, I want to make sure that I do my coloring first before I put it on my card base, because this will bleed through. Because of the nature of the alcohol, the chemistry involved to make this ink causes it to bleed through, and I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, so let's just start here. Let's just add some color, and you'll notice I am going in one direction. Again, because this is a little bit stronger chemical that's used inside the chamber, I don't want to pill the paper. And if I go back and forth, the wetness of the alcohol is going to cause that paper to pill up a little bit. And that's just not my cup of tea. I mean, you can do it. You can do however you want, but that's just what I'm saying. That's how I would do it, okay? So there's that. Now I'm going to take, the next one I'm going to take is the light blueberry bushel, and I'm going to use the brush stroke end. And I'm just going to bring this in and start adding some color there. Just little bits like this. Little bits, hither and yon. And like this. It's getting very exciting about the new catalog coming out. I'm very excited about it. Lots of changes taking place, and it's just, I think it's going to be great. And I'll have more information about that coming out on my newsletter. Okay, so then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is the light Tahitian Tide, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to incorporate those three colors together very gently, like this. There we go. And I'm going to do that. I know the tops of these can be a little bit dark, but this one I'm just going to do like this, light. And you're always going to get, because you're using so many different colors, it's always going to look a little bit different. But that's okay, because that's what we do with our artwork. No two things are exactly alike. At least with not fruits and vegetables, I don't think. Think about how blueberries, when you look at them. Next time you're in the store or when you're picking your blueberries at somebody's farm this spring, make sure you take a look at the blueberries and take a deep breath first and just really appreciate the colors that Mother Nature has given this magnificent, yummy fruit. Yum, yum. Alcohol makes me pill up a bit as well. Oh, Priscilla, you're so funny. Okay. There we go. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Ugh. And see, it just takes a while, and the colors really do blend together. They make a different color. And if you don't like it, go back and add more. You can add lighter color to it, or you can add darker color. The darker color will mute it a lot more than the lighter color will, of course. But that's how it works. All right, so there is that. There we go, like this. Isn't that pretty? Now, I think for the tops of some of these, what I'm going to do is I am going to take, this is Granny Apple, so I'm just going to take this and color this in like that, because this one was just picked from the vine, so that's still green. I can do this one too. You don't have to. They can be blue. They can be blue. They can be purple. Whatever color you want. But look at how pretty. But you get the idea. See, you get the idea of how this is going to look. So you have three, I've given you three options here for coloring, which is, I think, is really pretty. I think it's so much fun. Let me show you the back. See how that bleeds through? So that's why you don't want to do it. If you had a card base, for example, if this is a card base and your image was on the card base, this would come through on your card base. And I think that you would be not happy about that. But anyway, those are the three different ways that you can color this beautiful card. This one I did with the blendabilities. And I did a combination of Blueberry Bushel and Tahitian Tide on that one. So there you have it, my friends. Those are the two cards that we're going to be doing for next Monday and Tuesday, this one and this one, okay? So Monday and Tuesday, and you will have your choice. You can choose whatever medium you would like to use, whether you want to use the watercolor pencils, you want to use the blender pens, or you want to use the blendabilities, whatever you want to choose, or the pencils. The pencils, the aqua painters, and the blendabilities. So that's that. So, okay, so I think I've told you everything I wanted to tell you. I'm very excited about the new catalog, which is coming out. I've been perusing it. There's lots of changes that are taking place, and I'm really excited about these changes, and I'm going to have a detailed information in my newsletter coming out for next week. Maybe even before then. So that's the story. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow is going to be rainy, but Sunday is going to be nice. Cold. It's wicked cold here today, but that's New England, but there's no snow, so that's a good thing. All right, so I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much. Can you use the aqua painter with the pencils also? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yep. Yes. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, everybody, for popping on. I appreciate your support. Have a great weekend. Until next Friday, namaste. Bye. Now Selkie and I are off to the